Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Playlisted Podcast. We have two very special guests. Y'all are not going to want to miss what they have to say. Introducing your host of the Playlisted Podcast, Mr. Austin Bird.
What's up, Greenlight Bar? How we feeling tonight? Oh, yeah. It is CMA Fest week. Everybody's excited. We got a lot of people in town. Dean, how you doing, bro?
I'm good. I'm fixing this cable.
He's fixing a cable.
I'm good. How are you?
I'm chilling. Good week. Got a first week. We're gonna have two shows this week. So we have today. We have Thursday. So a lot of artists, a lot of things, a lot of good things. So,
you got a new house.
Are you playing a lot?
I'm playing Sunday at like the fanfare thing with Shayna.
Nice.
So that was kind of like a last minute. That'll be fun.
Cool.
I haven't done like a real CMA Fest thing in a while, so
That'll be sick.
yeah, that'll be good.
Well, this is the Playlisted Podcast. I will explain a little bit about the show, but I want to introduce our guests tonight. Give it up for Heath Warren and ROTUNDO. We got Heath Warren and ROTUNDO tonight. Very excited. Heath is back.
What up? I'm back.
Last time we had to be politically correct because Jesse was here. Now, no rules.
Really?
No rules.
It still ends up on the internet, so.
That's true.
Can you cuss on this, or is it
Oh
not?
yeah.
yeah.
You can say
Okay,
whatever
yeah.
you want. Yeah.
Shit, fuck, ass, tits.
Perfect.
Shit.
Oh my god. We got some hype music now. We're going crazy. So Heath, you've been on the show. ROTUNDO, you haven't. I'm gonna explain to you a little bit about how it goes. He doesn't even know what he's doing. Basically, for all of y'all that are here, this is what happens. So I think we have 7 artists tonight. They're gonna come up. They're gonna sing a song. We're gonna give them feedback. All of us have been in town for a while. We've all, had publishing deals, record deals, all kinds of things. And so the goal of this show is to give feedback to people to help take their song to the next level and let them know what we think truthfully. So that's kind of how it goes. And I got all the names in the hat, so we're going to just go ahead and start it out. ROTUNDO, I'll let you start this out.
Just so you know, we do all 7 artists. We cut for like a 5-minute break. You can go smoke a cigarette, and then we have to film everything else in Spanish one more time.
Yeah.
And then we can go off. Then we can leave.
What you don't know is I came wildly prepared for that.
Perfect.
We'll let you get the first name out of the hat.
Okay. Tim motherfucking Ringer.
Woo!
Timbo, Tim, the Toolman Taylor.
Also, I've never sold any stadiums, so I don't know how good how credited my feedback. Actually, you know what? Fuck that, dude. We're the best ever.
Yeah,
We are.
There we go.
How I mean, with that said, I know you're self-deprecating, but you've opened up for some incredible artists and been on the road and had a bunch of success. Tell us a little bit about you and where you're from and all that.
Okay. Damn. That sounds so much cooler than it is. You make sleeping in a Sprinter sound fucking luxurious. I love that about you. No, I moved to town in 2019. I'm from a little town in Ohio. K through 12, same school, all-American childhood, baseball, football, that type of vibe. And I grew up on my grandparents' farm, which was interesting because it was so country where I'm from. It was cool to be anything besides country, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. So I never listened to country growing up. It just felt a little boring to me when things like Avenged Sevenfold and Godsmack were available. Yeah, I know,
Godsmack.
right? Which is still my vibe.
We need that button.
I'm wearing my Godsmack jeans tonight.
Yeah, Dean, stand up. Show us your Godsmack.
Dude, we
outfit.
talked about this last.
Those are gobble smacks.
Wow.
They were called Y2K jeans
Jinkos.
on Amazon.
Where do you get those?
Amazon. I'll send you the link.
Interesting.
I'll
It
send
must
it over.
cost a pretty penny.
Yeah.
$35.
Stock must be tumbling.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
But
You can put snacks in there.
after high school, I joined the Army, did my 4 years, got out, and I was like, man, I kind of want to do something for myself. Yeah, I'm selfish. Don't clap. I'm selfish.
Yeah, I know.
And no, I moved to Nashville in 2019, and I got my first publishing deal in 2020 over at Sony, and I thought I was really good at writing songs right up till then, you know. And I mean, I'm still learning every day. Like, I'm fortunate enough to be able to do this for a living, and you know, I have my artist career, but I'm also really invested in the publishing aspect of my career too, and writing songs. But yeah, dude, still learning every day, and luckily I have a great group of friends that inspires me as well. So shout out to the boys, and here we are. Thanks for having me, brother.
Of course, man. No, I don't know how true this is. Do you know the number of publishing deals there are? It's really low.
Dude, I saw Kip Moore talking about this the other day. Is that what you're talking? He said he said with majors, there's like less than 150 signed writers in town anymore.
No kidding.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of publishing deals. So to have a publishing deal is a huge deal. And we talked a little bit the last episode about how hard it was for you, you know, getting your first publishing deal. And
yeah, mine was a journey. And honestly, Michael was a massive part of it. I could talk about this for much longer than we have. Just understanding that, you know, finding your crew here in Nashville is super important, but also being humble enough to watch members of your crew sign deals before you and knowing how to accept that, live with it, support it, and continue to show up every day, even though, you know, half the room might be getting paid to be there and the other half is they're just still kind of chasing that opportunity. And when Michael and his previous duo were just getting started, I feel like I was the first guy you guys called, and we wrote 6, 7, 8, 9 songs, and they got a deal. And they had a manager, and they got a deal at Sony, and I was just like, well, damn, hopefully those guys tell them that, like, I wrote those songs with them because I could really use a deal. And, of course, they did, and it's just when you understand the ins and outs of that side of the industry, you learn that, you know, the ROI on an artist writer is a no-brainer for a publisher because they know you're going to be writing your own music and putting your own music out. So should be money coming in. If you're a top liner, and I wasn't a track guy, I wasn't producing you guys, you know, it's pretty easy to get lost in the mix. And I was more than happy and actually super proud of being a part of the, you know, just the entry level of their career and getting a publishing deal for the first time. But then the relationships and the people that they introduced me to through that ended up changing my life. And it's a management company that, you know, I still work with every week. So
it's incredible.
Again, like you can look at how your relationship investments pay you back, not looking at dollar signs, but looking at everything else. And Rotundo has been a massive part of my success in my career. I owe a lot to him for sure.
Dude, nobody knows this because I don't really talk about it, but fuck it, who cares? I feel like I could talk about it now. I remember when we had first signed at Sony, and I was like naive at the time. I just thought that they were just in the business of like signing good writers. Like I just thought that if you're a good writer, they were looking for you. You know, like that's just what I assumed. And I remember Heath and our buddy Jacob Hackworth. We used to ride with them a bunch, right? Because we were all just boys anyways. And man, they were just like so good. And I just thought, like, whatever that songwriting gene is, like they obviously had it. You know what I'm saying? And I used to beg my point of contacts over at Sony, like, hey, listen to this demo and listen to this demo by Heath and Jake and blah, blah, blah. To the point where like 6 months went by and they were like, hey, can you just like stop sending us shit? And I didn't understand because I'm like, well, you guys are supposed to like sign good writers, right? Like that's what you're looking for. And I actually remember you being like fairly down about like some opportunities with some certain pub that had like fell through at the time. And that because of COVID, right? And then literally like 6 months after they told me to shut up, you wrote the biggest song in country radio in 2023?
Yeah.
Is that what it was? Yeah. So everyone's on their own timeline.
He wrote Rock in a Hard Place for those of you guys that don't know Heath Warren, Rock in a Hard Place. Big song.
No big
big
deal.
song. Little song. Big song.
We just kept going.
Little.
And you know, I kept writing with you guys. And you know, again, I think the point of where I started on this was you have to be okay with watching people in your crew get their moment, because yours is going to show up on time for you. And had I been in a deal when maybe I never would have written what I wrote, but also the fact that I wrote it without a deal made me 2 times as successful monetarily.
2 times richer is what he's trying to say.
Yeah, so.
Well,
Money in the bank, shorty,
love
what
it.
you drank.
I love it. Well, let's give it up for our first guest of the night, Mr. Tim Ringer, singing his song Bent.
Time ticks by like I'm standing still. Blink of an eye, I've lost my will. Good fortunes seem to pass me by. Lost cause, even though I tried. And I should have said what went unspoken. And I may be bent, but I'm not broken. Lost myself, left my faith with you. No one else, no room for two. Bad times, always thought were good. But these blurred lines, I misunderstood. And I may be dead, then unspoken. And I may be dead, but I'm not broken. Oh, I might be bad, but you'll never break me. I might be bad, but you'll never break me. I might be bad, but you'll never break me. I might be bad, but you'll never break me. And I should have said what went unspoken. And I may be dead, but I'm not broken. And I should have said what went unspoken. And I may be dead, but I'm not broken. Though I might be bad, you'll never break me. I might be bad, but you'll never break me. I might be bad, you'll never break me. I might be bad, but you'll never break me.
Yeah. Hell yeah, Tim.
Tim Ringer.
Thanks.
So you're from Ohio?
Originally, yeah.
Nice. Hell yeah. What's that song about, man?
It is about being on the man's side of an emotionally abusive relationship.
Really?
You finally just say, that's enough, I'm done, I'm out.
That's all I write about, so this is perfect.
Yeah. You know,
Yeah. So it was a divorce, breakup. What was it?
divorce.
Okay.
Yeah.
You guys have any kids or?
No kids. No, remarried. I have a beautiful wife now.
Nice.
2 great little kids. Yeah.
There you go.
We got a,
Would have been cool
just
if
like
he
you.
was.
We got a 3-month-old and a 2.5-year-old.
Congratulations.
Hey, congratulations.
Thanks, guys.
No, that's awesome, man. So did you write that when you were still with her, or what was the?
Actually, I moved here in July of '94.
And kind of like you were talking about, it's like, even if you're, I'm a great songwriter, should have a deal like that, you know? And then life happens, and next thing you know, several years go by, and life gets in the way. And then one day I woke up and it's like, actually, when I met my new wife, and it was like, your songs are great. Why don't you know, keep writing and doing more stuff? So,
do you mind if I ask you what's your 30-year experience been like musically in Nashville?
Well, of course, it's totally different now, you know, and it's like we were talking earlier that, you know, when I moved here, you know, there was no digital recording, and there's definitely no Instagram, Facebook, which everything's based off now. I mean, literally, a bunch of us would go to the Sherlock Holmes pub, which is gone now. It was next door to the Exit Inn, and you know, me and some great mentors early in my life, like Pat Alger and Harlan Howard and those guys, you know, and we'd sit around, drink beer and bullshit, and the thing about it is, you knew all the work they had done and what they had accomplished, but they never talked about it. They just wanted to know about you. Like, man, tell me about you. What are you doing? You know, and, you know, so at my age now, I'm proud to say I'm 52 years old, but, you know, I'm getting around these younger writers, and they're like, hey, man, I've never heard, who's that guy? I'm like, who, Harlan Howard? You don't know who that is? You know, and that's kind of the difference, you know, and now everybody's a celebrity as far as Instagram goes. So, you know what I'm saying?
It's all bullshit, though, dude.
It is.
It
I mean,
is, yeah.
but you know, it's one of those things that, you know, as you're later to the game. Oh, I'm sorry, you don't have 1 million followers. We can't write together or anything like that.
So with that being said, just because I'm purely interested, what was the buzz? What was the thing that was making songwriters open up doors for themselves in the 90s? And what was the artist relationship like back then?
Well, I mean, now the way I'm seeing it is, it's like, you know, the artist will have their group, their camp that they write with. Back then, it was about the song. Yeah. There was no, hey, I know the 5 of us are buddies, so all we're going to do is write songs for Austin. Right. There was none of that. It was like, oh, hey, I wrote this song called The Chair. Oh, man, it's a great song. I'm going to cut that. And that was it.
What a time to be alive.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it really kind of was. I mean, it was an exciting time. And around 2001, 2002, I remember I headlined a show at the Exit Inn. I remember walking off stage, and the guys in my band were like, all right, so when's our next rehearsal? I said, I'm done. Yeah. And I literally walked away from it for 10 years.
Okay.
So here's something weird, and I haven't talked about this at all, but I'm trying to cut outside songs right now, and I've texted you, I texted a bunch of people, and like, I get it because I'm not like a huge artist, right? So it's hard for a songwriter to be like, here's my number one song that I know is a number one song, because like, I'm a streaming artist, right? Like I do well streaming, but like that doesn't mean shit for songwriters. So it's hard for artists that do want to cut outside songs to get outside songs because the money doesn't go in the direction it used to go. And so now what's happening is they're forming these camps that like everybody gets a piece because you have to keep it together. And unfortunately, I don't think the best songs are winning right now because of that.
It's a very ancestral thing.
I think the best camps are winning.
Yeah, I mean, because it's a very ancestral thing because you've got the same, like you were talking about, how many actual paying publishing deals there are, and there's none hardly at all. Man, in the end of the 90s, early 2000s, I mean, each publishing company probably had 200 guys on.
Yeah.
That's that record money, though.
That was. Right, exactly.
I'm with you, though.
I love that we're on this topic because anyone listening and anyone that's in the house right now, I think it's super important looking at it on both sides because I personally have benefited from, being in camps.
Yeah, right.
And because of that being the nature of where we're at right now. But there are still artists, and most of them are the biggest artists in country music, but a generation ahead of the current crew that's kind of coming up those guys are all outside song guys. Now the pool of songs that are
Dirks,
being
Jason Aldean,
shopped to
Luke
them.
Bryan.
Yeah, Blake Shelton, you name it. All those guys, they are all outside song guys.
Yeah.
And, you know, in my heart, my mind, and the dreamer in me, that's why all of us moved to town. Because
for sure.
we want to write songs for people that we haven't even met yet. And I'm going to disagree with a little bit of what you're saying, but I know you're speaking from, you know, where
I'm just
you
in a
are
different-
currently.
Yeah, for
But
sure.
I think publishers will love to tell you that outside songs are impossible because that is what measures how well they operate in their position at a publishing company. How many cuts did you facilitate this year? And that's what they're up against. And what I'm saying is to no fault to any publisher, getting an outside cut, it's fucking hard. Don't get me wrong. But
Quotas.
if your publisher tells you it's impossible to get an outside cut, leave.
Yeah.
Ask for someone new.
Yeah.
Because that is not the energy and that's not the attitude that I want to share 50% of my publishing with.
Yes.
Because I know I'm putting 100% of myself into my 50. And most of their job is to put me in a room with an artist.
Right.
And if I'm not in the room with an artist, I need to be in the room with the best damn songwriters in town just to have a damn shot at an outside cut.
Right.
Not true. I say yes to so many writes and so many sessions with people that I've never worked with that don't have hit songs because my biggest successful song was by doing that.
Yeah.
With 2 unsigned writers. I was the
But
third
you're
unsigned
different,
writer
though.
in the room.
You're
I get
different.
it. I get it, but and I feel lucky to know you. I'm a networking son of a gun. So like I know a bunch of artists that are in your position. I know a bunch of guys that'll text me and say, dude, send me everything. A number one song isn't a number one song until
Somebody hears
the
it.
audience makes it a number one song or a label makes it a number one song. I think all my shit's great. I really do. I do.
Let's go.
I think all my shit's great. So if I write 200 songs a year, I'm not going to coddle 200 songs and only send them to the 20 artists that are top 20 at radio.
Right.
I'm going to send them to Austin because Austin has a line of work and a reputation of being able to make waves as an independent artist. And I fuck with that. I like that. That's a guy that I want to send songs to. And I feel like we've gotten deep into this just based on the fact that you've been here for 30 years.
Yeah, it's crazy.
You've seen it change a lot. So just to wrap it back around, where I am, I've been in town for 9 years, and I have relationships with the legendary songwriters of the 2000s.
Yeah.
And I love hanging out with those guys. I love picking their brain. I love co-writing songs with them. As much as I love writing with guys that don't have that rap sheet. And at the end of the day, the job is the job. We got to show up at 11 a.m. We got to have the best idea. We got to
So
write
early,
the best
by the way.
song. So early. And that is what feeds the machine on MusicRow. So the fact, this is what's most important. You've been here 30 years and you signed up and shared a song with us tonight.
Yeah.
That's fucking awesome. Because you still, even though you took 10 years off, whatever the remainder of that story is, I'm telling you, you're here because you still got an itch and you still love writing songs and you still love playing for people that are willing to listen. And dude, at the end of the day, I think that's what all of us moved here to do.
It
just
is.
write
And
songs
sure.
and
really, it boils down to, it's about telling the story and writing the song, and that's what
That's it.
It's really it.
Yeah,
I mean,
for sure.
I mean, it's not about
It's not much more.
Yeah, it's not
You know,
about selling shoes.
I do
or all
want
that
to.
shit.
I want to
It's-
ask a question. Everybody sends in some facts about them, and one of the lines in your song was "Fortunes passed me by," but it says that you are a founder and CEO of 5 companies. So what the hell does that line mean?
I went through a divorce.
Okay.
So you are the founder and CEO of 2.5 companies.
Well,
Yeah,
no, I
yeah.
still own them all 5, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm just kidding.
So in the midst of taking my hiatus from doing my music stuff, a part-time job years ago turned into another passion.
Yeah, what are those companies? What'd you start?
they're all kind of one umbrella, but I own a nationwide trucking logistics company.
It's totally not a pyramid scheme.
It is not. It is not. If the IRS is watching.
Yes.
No.
So how much money do you make per year before taxes?
Be
Yeah.
honest.
I'm just kidding.
No pressure. We don't want to get too
How about
personal.
we interview you?
So I kind of got into. I kind of fell into the business side of the world, and so it's been very good to me. So,
Cam Newton invested a lot of money in trucking.
What's that?
Cam Newton, the quarterback, invested a lot of money in trucking. So
Well, that must mean,
he didn't invest it in mine, but
we got to get our Amazon
I'm open.
packages
Anybody
somehow.
wanna buy me out?
you
I'm
know?
ready.
So
Tim, I have a question for you.
Yes,
dude.
sir.
And I'd like to ask everybody that comes up tonight this is because I think it matters for when you're talking about the song or maybe like giving any sort of feedback or something. What would be your goal with songs? Like do you have an artist dream? Do you have a songwriter dream still? Like, do you want to get songs to people, or are you just doing it for you? Or like,
I mean, at this point in my life, one of my best friends who, oddly enough, when I was going through a really dark time in my life, we met and we started playing music together and had a little duo for a while, and I never really knew much. We never got past like the drunken idiot stage in our friendship.
relate to that.
So one night we're sitting around and said, "So, why are you so good musically?" And then he was reading his rap sheet to me. He's like, "Well, I was BMI Songwriter of the Year for 2 years in a row. I produced these Grammy-nominated records. I've won 4 Dove Awards." I'm like, "Huh, okay. Well," so I'd had all these songs that just in my catalog. It's like, man, I'm just writing songs. And at this point, we're not playing together. We're just talking, bullshitting back and forth about stuff. And I started on this kind of album project. I don't know why I was starting on an album project. And so
why not?
Yeah, right. I
Question.
mean,
yeah.
it's not going to do itself. So, so one day he and I were just having a beer, and I was like, "Man, I'm just kind of stuck." I mean, he goes, "Man, I'll pick up the pieces and let's finish it." And I'm like, "Well, okay." So now you have 2 guys in their mid-50s trying to figure out how to do Spotify and all that crap. But we did, and it's been out. We put it out in August, I think, last August, and getting a little bit of streams,
nice.
Hell yeah.
That's awesome, man.
Love to see
Good for you, man.
Yeah,
Well,
so-
Tim-
but to answer your original question was, really, I'm just writing, know, and
Good, man.
when I meet guys that I think, man, you're cool to hang out with, and you're a writer, so you want to get together and try to write something?
Yeah.
Well, thanks for sharing with us.
Yeah, dude.
Where would you put Bend or Bent? Where would you put that song on your list of what you confidently feel is in your catalog currently?
Oh God. Actually, because I read it, when I wrote that song, it was like a 10-minute. I was just mad one night and I wrote it, and to me, it's a fairly strong song, but it's like you said, it's hard to be objective.
So-
when it's their own stuff,
So my mom's in the crowd tonight. My mom is here for the first time ever. So not to put her on blast, but she's going through a divorce. So do you have any advice
What's
for
your
my
name?
mom?
Good attorney.
Sick.
Wait a minute, can you pause the camera? Live feed.
Can't do it.
If you haven't filed, hide assets. Anyways, it's tough. I mean,
Praise God.
True
no,
businessman.
It's
True
an
And she was the moneymaker too.
and it's an emotional nightmare.
Hell yeah, you would.
I don't wish that on anybody.
No,
you
yeah,
know?
yeah.
And sometimes it takes going through that to. In my case, it took me 4 or 5 years later, and I found the best partner I could find in life.
Hell yeah.
And
I love
so-
that. Well, Tim, you were awesome, man. Thank you
Thanks,
so
guys.
much for coming. We had a good conversation. We normally don't
Yeah,
talk
bro.
this long.
Yeah,
Sorry. Thank you. No, it was great, man. Thank you so much. Give it up for Tim Ring,
All right,
everybody.
bro.
Come
Thanks,
on.
guys.
Thank you, Tim.
Here, let's get the next name out of the hat here. Come on.
Drum roll. Golden West.
Oh.
Hey, so what do y'all think, man? I know it's your first. That was your first little run. That
Yeah.
was how you feeling? You holding up all right?
Well, first of all, Tim was cool as a cucumber, and I love him, dude.
Is
I love
Golden
him.
West in the house? Golden?
Golden West.
Come
on,
on,
up here.
let's go.
Yeah, I know these cats.
Do you need another Jack and Coke?
Does a fat hog still fuck Austin? I certainly do.
Yeah, how you feeling, Rotundo? We're 1 down.
Oh my
6 to go.
I feel good, and I feel like, bro, Tim just gave me like, I don't know, dude. I love when I can hear the drum pattern just on an acoustic guitar. I really like that. Like you can feel exactly where the drums would be.
Oh, yeah.
And I also love that Tim gave a big fat lift in the chorus that just turns me on. And also, like, Tim, some days, dude, I think you would just be happier doing what you're doing, bro. Because music is a son of a bitch.
Yeah.
I love it. Oh my God. So, Heath, do you have and Rotundo? You two, can I call you Rotundo or what? Like what's?
Yeah, no, that's like what everybody calls me.
Okay. All right. I just didn't know if there's like a code name or
I
something.
prefer Nighthawk, but yeah, like
Nighthawk.
whatever.
Do y'all have any cuts you're excited about or things coming out that people can look out for?
I'll take that. I just had a cut on Rotundo.
Bang!
He just released his record last week, and how many songs you got on there?
9.
9 songs, and I am not just saying this. Start to finish, these songs are so well crafted, and I love them. Great hooks, but not overwritten, and every song feels like it deserves a chance. My favorite song on the EP, which is actually kind of tough for me because I've listened a bunch, and it's...
Just say you don't remember the title. I mean, it's fine.
No, but I want to bring up all 3 because 3 of them I've just been like wearing out. I really love Same Old Number. You and Michael Ray are on there together. That hook, just that same old number doing that same old number on me.
Yeah.
About an ex-girlfriend just hitting you up and you picking it up and, you know, it being that thing.
It's about Tim's divorce. Yeah,
Yeah.
there he is.
There it is. Memory Lane is just brilliant and perfect. It's perfectly crafted.
It feels like a NPR Tiny Desk concert song is what it sounds like.
It's so good, dude. And then my favorite song on the record is Had Me at Goodbye.
Dude, that's my favorite as well. So it fires me up that you said that. Like,
Yeah.
I'm well aware that it's never going to, like, be the streaming favorite or anything. But I hope that, like, you know, I hope if my dreams come true and I'm selling arenas tomorrow that, like, the OG fans come up and they're like, play Had Me at Goodbye. You know what I mean?
Had Me at Goodbye.
Dude, it gave me and like correct me if I'm wrong, but you know, one of my heroes when I first moved to town was Sam Hunt, and like
Dude, same.
it's Sam Hunt vibes like 2014, 2015.
Straight up.
Bro, I think it's pretty obvious, like, that, like, I could never lie and say that Sam Hunt's not, like, a giant musical influence of mine. Because remember when I said I never grew up on country? Like, when I was stationed I used to be stationed in Augusta, Georgia, and I went to a concert there, and it was 1,000 Horses, Sam Hunt, and then Darius Rucker. And I remember, this is, like, height of, like, Sam Hunt rocket ship, you know what I mean? And I remember hearing his songs, and I was like, oh, you can do that in country now? You know, because I grew up on a ton of rock and hip-hop and stuff like that. And then, like, I heard those stories that he was telling in his songs, and I was like, damn, I do relate to that stuff, you know? So it sort of, like, opened a songwriting door for me, if you will. So I can never lie and say that I don't take a lot of inspiration from, like, some of his early records and stuff. But also, it's nice to see him get the credit he deserves finally, because people were, like, mad hating on him at first.
Well, just to bring it back to you, real quick, y'all check out the new Rotundo
go
record.
listen to it.
Yeah.
It's
9
unbelievable.
songs, start to finish, unbelievable.
Thanks,
and
bro.
really proud of you, man.
I love you, dude. Thank you, guys.
I
Love you,
listened
dog.
to it all day, man. I had the windows down while I was cruising to it. Yeah, it's awesome. Check it out. I want to talk a little bit more about it in a second because there's more to talk about because it's really good. But let's give it up for Golden West singing their song Gold and Silver.
Let's go.
So you think you lost your shine? It happens to the best of us. It can happen anytime. In the darkness, find the light. That spark is ready to ignite. You're bold, you're bright, you're beautiful. On the wall, look in the mirror. You're straight up getting high on life. Getting by alright. Oh, we're all in this together. We shine brighter than gold and silver. Gold and silver. Gold and silver. Feeling good, we own the night. Spinning like a disco ball underneath the neon lights. Give it time, the sun will rise. We can leave the rest of it behind. We're bold, we're bright, we're beautiful. On the wall, look in the mirror. You're a straight up bad vibe killer. Flowing through you like a river. Take it to the edge, kinda thriller. Getting high on life. Getting by alright. Oh, we're all in this together. We shine brighter than gold and silver. Gold and silver. Gold and silver.
When you're feeling down and small, looking for a wake-up call, just say, mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the baddest bitch of all? You are on the wall.
Look in the mirror. You're a straight up bad vibe killer. Flowing through you like a river. Take it to the edge, kinda thriller. Getting high on life. Getting by alright. Oh, we're all in this together. Shine brighter than gold and silver. Gold and silver. Gold and silver. Gold and silver. Gold and silver.
Give it up one time for Golden West.
Let's go.
All right.
guys.
We only had one time in us.
I put my sunglasses on for y'all.
Dude, I know. I feel
once
left
we
out.
saw-
Everybody's got their
Wait, whoa,
glasses
whoa.
on.
Once we saw who the judges were
Mine are
today,
my
we're
truck.
like, uh-oh.
Dean and I are left out, man.
Let me join you guys.
Wow.
Cheers.
Nice.
Losers on our own podcast,
Cheers.
dude.
Yeah, what?
I hate this.
Yeah. Look at these
Nintendo, you're
dorks
empty.
over
What
here.
are you doing
Wow.
over there?
I
What?
hate this.
You're empty.
I know. I need another one. I know.
Somebody get this kid a Happy Meal?
How am I supposed to putt with this going on? Yo, can I start this one off, Austin? with
Go
that being
ahead.
said?
Go
Yeah,
ahead.
you
Start it
start.
out.
First of all, I love these two people.
Same.
I've seen them. I feel like I've been friends with you guys for like, I don't know, since I moved here, really, right? Like, and dude, I just think you guys are like so disgustingly underrated, and I think your voices sound so. Each of you individually have such a great voice, and I think you all sing so damn well together, and I think your melodies are very, very good. And you guys, on
dude.
top of that, like,
It means a lot.
just even past the music, every single time I've ever seen you guys have been in like such a good mood, like always so much fun to run into, and I just fucking love y'all, and I'm so glad you're here.
Dude, that means a lot.
We got
Cheers.
glasses
Yeah,
sent
seriously,
to us on
coming from
stage,
you.
so
We
Oh,
did
no,
the
you guys
reverse.
took yours off.
yeah.
Put them on. Put them
Let's
on.
go.
Put them on. All right, then we're
Usually,
back.
usually
Now we're
you're
back.
chanting take
I do
them
get
off.
it. It kind of feels good.
Yeah, a couple more
Feels
drinks.
good.
I do feel cooler.
I feel like Eric Church right now.
Me too.
Yeah.
People say that I'm like look like him, and I say I'm like Derek Church maybe. 'cause
Derek
I'm like his fat brother.
So,
Speaking of questions,
No, I got something to say before you. Sorry to cut you off. I've heard a lot of y'all's music, and this song sounded different. So, is it a new direction? Tell me a little bit about this vibe. What's going on? I mean, I liked it. Tell me a little bit about the direction y'all are heading.
So it's definitely a little more beachy, you know, more like the sunny vibes, like our brand says, and we just really want to play beach festivals.
Hell yeah.
I mean, that's
Zach
that.
Brown's made no money doing that.
No.
So, yeah.
Kenny Chesney too.
It's like the worst
worked
places
for
to
him.
play too. Looking
He has
at
to,
the
he has to
a
fly
beach.
on private planes. It's like, who wants to do that?
Sounds
Dude,
boring.
Jimmy Buffett passed away, and then Zach Brown was like, "I'm fucking."
Dude,
hit,
Zach
dude.
Brown.
Like,
Zach Brown is dating Kendra Scott now. Did you see that?
By the way, she looks familiar. Can you tell me who that is?
She owns a jewelry company. A
I
big,
said-
big
Oh, I
jewelry
totally
company.
know her.
Yeah.
That one jewelry company
Oh,
from
yeah.
that
Big
one
jewelry
thing.
company.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
From
big
that
time.
one
They have
influencer?
a store in Green Hills, or not Green Hills.
I have no idea
I don't
who
know.
you're talking
When we
about,
edit this, we'll probably put a picture of Kendra Scott.
We'll
up.
put a picture of Kendra Scott. Yeah.
all right.
Very successful.
I want to know a little bit more about the new sound. What are you guys listening to? Who are you listening to? What are you drawing your inspiration from as songwriters?
I mean, so we both grew up in Southern California. He grew up on a avocado farm, and of course you did. Yeah.
My mom's from Alabama.
Holy
so it's
guacamole.
that weird like
right?
mashup. Exactly, dude. That's me. I'm just mashed up.
He just smashed it.
Thanks, Dean.
That was
I
really
got
dumb.
you. It was
Seconds
late.
late.
Sorry,
that was
dude.
really
Sorry.
dumb. All right, go ahead.
We
Sorry.
both grew up surfing and just listening to country music, like Bakersfield country music.
Cool.
And
The Eagles,
yeah, like just having the LA like
Beach Boys,
vibe of
All rock.
exactly that. It just
classic rock.
the lyrics,
I hear it
the
in your sound.
melodies, everything, and that's what we grew up with. The mamas and the papas, the carpenters, all of that.
You guys
Sick.
said you just got to do what you love, right? And I think Britt and I finally are just like, fuck it.
100%, bro. You're crazy until you're not. So
Yeah.
fuck 'em,
Yes.
dude. Like nobody knows what they're talking about. Like, oh, this is a hit song. This isn't a hit song. Like, bro, nobody knows what they're talking about. So do whatever you want, because I also think that people resonate more. Like people can tell when you're doing what you want to fucking do. You know what I mean?
Totally. And just to kind of rewind back to what we were talking to Tim about, how much everything has changed. And in this social media world that we're in right now, one thing that I really love about TikTok, aside from the fact that it allows for you to engage with people at random, so people that would have never come across your music ever are coming across your music, and the more of those you get, the more success
don't
you
wanna see our
have,
TikTok.
which is incredible. We hadn't had that since MySpace. But secondly, what is really cool about that is authenticity is coming back in songwriting and artistry, because people are falling in love with who you are before they're falling in love with how much of a hit song it sounds like. You know, it's completely eliminated the commercial side of someone engaging with a song.
Well, that's the first question I ask people that come up on the stage and they sing a song is like, what does that song mean to you? What's the story? Because it's like, we've had a lot of artists up here that sing a song they think we're going to like, and it has nothing to do with who they are. And your name is Golden West, and you sing a song called Gold and Silver, right? So I love how that title was tied into your name. I like, I like that you're just going for that vibe now. You're like, hey, I'm not going to try to be anybody but myself. It was very different than your other stuff, and it was very different than what's like working in country music right now. But I encourage you to keep doing that, because like you said, it's not cool until it is. And that's, you know what I mean? That's what it's all about. I've known y'all, all transparency, like I typically have people on here that I don't know, but we've known each other for a long time.
Same.
I'm from Arizona, went to high school in San Diego, so we've always connected, being from
Good people.
Southern California.
Yeah.
Pitting them waves,
so,
man.
Yeah, I'm pumped to see that you're making music that makes you happy, and I think that's honestly what it's all about. It's like, just do what you want to do, and who cares?
Be
what anybody
real.
thinks.
Be
For
authentic
sure.
about
Be
it.
real.
Also, huge compliment on the shoe game. You guys
Absolutely,
are great.
yeah.
One more time for Golden West, y'all.
Give it up. Come on.
Yes.
Thank you guys.
I want to give a quick shout out to our first sponsor, Picker, the Picker app. They're an incredible app. If you're an artist in the crowd, download the Picker app. You can get it in any app store. But basically, if you're an artist, if you're a producer, if you're a songwriter, if you're a musician, you can find your crew. We were talking about crews earlier, getting your team together. You can find your team on there. It's basically like Airbnb for recording music. You can go and you can pick your studio. You can pick your guitar player, pick your bass player, pick your team. and it's the best. They've supported this podcast since day one, so big shout out to Picker. And honestly, if you're in the crowd, please download the app. If you're watching on YouTube, download the app. It's a great app. You can find your team, Picker. It's an awesome app.
Yeah.
Let's get the next artist up here.
Go ahead, Rotundo.
Keep it rolling.
Big Daddy Frank Carson.
Frank the Tank. Frank the Tank. Frank the Tank.
Dude, this episode is going to be unhinged. I have a feeling. I'm on like negative hours of sleep. I have a newborn and just got into a new house this weekend. So
Mazel tov.
Dude, it's been crazy. So I'm on 0 hours of sleep, but it's all good.
Kids are awesome though.
Yeah, man.
Kids
The
are
best.
awesome.
Yeah, it's amazing.
The fact that we don't take a cigarette break in the middle of this is appalling, and I would like to write a letter to my congressman and tell him that you do not give union breaks.
Go take a
Cigs
cigarette break.
inside? Sir, is it okay if we smoke cigs inside?
Yeah.
Thank you. Just for the episode, I saw a nod.
I do have Zins if you need them, Mike.
Do you need a Zen?
No, dude, I can't do that.
Do you want to go take a cigarette break?
Yes.
Go do it.
Okay, be right back.
I'll talk to Heath. We're good.
This is so sick, bro.
Can you drag the microphone out there?
I would love to.
Yeah, I want you to drag the mic out, and I want to hear the...
Bro, that's also how I measure the success of my career. Is like the cooler and cooler places that I'm allowed to smoke a cigarette inside without people saying something to me. It's like, that's how you
Honestly,
know if you're doing well or you're not.
You know
like
what?
Dave Chappelle.
Dave,
Yeah, but let's play.
Right.
a
are we
game.
allowed to smoke in here or no? No? Okay,
No,
I don't know.
but-
I don't know the rules.
Dave,
Babe, all right.
Respectfully,
all right,
I would know.
That's fair. I don't know.
Dave, that's great because we're going to start a stopwatch right now, and I'd like to see how fast Barry Larkin could suck down a cigarette. Starting 3, 2,
Let's go.
1.
Does
While
he
he's
smoke,
out there,
does he smoke Marlboro Reds?
no, he's on Golds.
Gold. Okay. He's a Marlboro Red.
Trained professional.
Yeah. Yeah,
So,
he's really-
so what's... All right, tell us a little bit more. Like, you told us the last time that you had some cut. What other cuts you got? What other cuts you got going?
I like to talk about songs that are out, not songs that are supposed to be coming out.
That's fair.
Just because it's the most humbling town and the most humbling job in the
All
world.
right, so don't jinx it then. Don't jinx it.
Yeah,
Don't jinx it.
this is what I
Or-
can talk about. Bailey Zimmerman just wrapped up his record. We've been writing for that album for 2.5 years.
Damn.
I've written like 100 songs for it. We did a writing retreat 2 Decembers ago in Jackson Hole, Wyoming for 14 days. We wrote 40 songs. We cut 20 of them, and none of those songs made the record.
No way.
So, and this isn't, yeah, hell yeah. This isn't a knock on anyone in the camp. This is, and it really had nothing to do with the quality of the songs that we came away with on the camp. It was just, I want to share this so that other songwriters know that even when you're that close to the vessel, nothing's guaranteed. You can write great songs.
Do you have any
and
songs
can
on the
be-
album?
Yeah, so 19 songs. He cut 19 songs. I've got 4 on there. So grateful
That's
to be in the camp with those guys and on the front lines of trying to write, you know, the best songs for Bailey. I care about Bailey and the longevity of his career. He's been so good to me. He's changed my life, and I really believe in him as an artist. I think he's so different than what anyone else is doing.
For sure.
In you know, top 40 country stuff. And he really doesn't follow so many of the rules, which is why you go and write all these songs and they might not all work for him, because he's really trying to push the envelope. I say all that to say this is by far his best body of work. The producer, Austin Sean, worked his ass off on these songs. And I was in Sacramento, 2 minutes and 37 seconds.
That's
Very
impressive.
Wow.
Yeah, well, that's just something you can do when you've been doing it as long as I have, folks.
But
Dare to dream.
but yeah, Religiously was a very, very successful album for Bailey, especially in comparison to the last decade of country artists who have put out records. He went 4 for 4 at country radio with number ones. 4 number ones all off of one album is insane these days. And
Your first album, too?
His freshman record, which is crazy, unheard of. And, a lot of that has to do with him. Also, him trusting songwriters and cutting outside songs, which is incredible. But also, country music consumers have really bought into what Bailey is, who he is. And that kind of goes back to the authenticity thing. Like, he's a small town kid. I think he makes everyone who's come from nothing feel seen and validated. And I think his music does that. And I feel so lucky to be a part of it. So, new record, September, on Bailey Zimmerman. I've got 4 songs on there. I'm really excited. But the whole album. I went out to wine country, Sonoma, 2 weeks ago to play a private show with our buddy Eric Van Houten. And we flew into Sacramento. And I looked up if there were any of our buddies playing in Sacramento that night, like I always do anytime I'm traveling. We had the night off. Sure enough, Bailey and Nate Smith were playing there with Ernest in Sacramento. So I hit up the boys. I'm like, I just landed in Sacramento. What are you guys doing? Bailey's like, bro, come to the hotel. So we spent the whole afternoon with him, and he played me the new album start to finish.
Nice.
And it fucking rips. So September, Bailey Zimmerman. You guys make sure you tune in, and they're going to be great songs. And
Hell yeah,
I'm excited for them.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, speaking of Bailey Zimmerman, we got Frank Carson.
Like the same, but different.
I'm trying to
Frank the Tank.
Perfect segue.
Tank.
No,
Perfect segue.
Nothing. You got hair like Bailey a little bit, maybe.
I've been
not the same
mistaken
color
for Bailey on Broadway a few times.
Frank, first of all, Frank, you're so hot.
Oh my God.
Super hot.
As a straight man, my brother in Christ, you're so hot. You got this sexy, deep voice.
Kind of looks like the guy from You.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
If music doesn't work out, you could do those Allstate commercials.
I thought you were going to say if music doesn't work out, you could definitely murder people.
Yeah, and stalk the shit out of some girls.
Girlfriends.
Or just be an actor.
Also,
that's not.
Yeah. No,
the,
gotta murder.
the random facts that people send in. First of all, Frank, I want you to know that this is psychopath behavior. I learned foreign languages as a hobby. Frank, that's fucking insane.
I mean,
just want to be clear.
First off, I was hoping you wouldn't quiz me though, because I can explain a little bit more about that. But
Over under 5, how many people have you killed? I'm just kidding, Frank.
0.
Where are the bodies, Garth?
Couldn't tell you.
All right.
Frank Carson. Give it up for Frank Carson singing his song, What
Come
Did
on,
I
Frank.
Say Last Night?
Frank, cool title, by the way. I fuck with it already.
Spent the last 3 nights leaving you alone, just like you asked me to. I never called, never even picked up the phone. Did everything I said I'd do. Then I started drinking, and I started thinking. Then I had myself a bright idea. I'd drive by your house and we'd work it all out. So I threw back a shot and one more beer. What did I say last night? Guess the words didn't come out right. I can still taste the whiskey and regret all the things I should have said on my breath. I remember me making you cry, but girl, I can't remember why. All I know is I woke up alone in the morning light. But what did I say last night? I keep replaying it over and over again. This morning after memory, and all these coulda, woulda, might have been. Might have been the end of you and me. I was trying to say I was sorry, but then I said something stupid I can't take back. The Jack did the talking, you sent me walking. That's when it all faded to black. What did I say last night? Guess the words didn't come out right. I can still taste the whiskey and regret, and all the things I should have said on my breath. I remember me making you cry, but girl, I can't remember why. All I know is I woke up alone in the morning lights. But what did I say last night? What did I say last night? Guess the words didn't come out right. I can still taste the whiskey and regret, and all the things I should have said on my breath. I remember me making you cry, but girl, I can't remember why. All I know is I woke up alone in the morning light. All I know is I woke up alone in the morning light. But what did I say last night? What the hell did I say last night? Oh, what did I say last night?
Frank Carson, everybody.
Thank y'all.
Yes, sir.
Just because I don't want to forget it. So, I love that title, dude. Awesome title. I think every dude has been there like, oh, fuck, man. What did I do last night? What did I say last night? I personally, I was like, you have such a sick voice, dude. Like,
Yeah, you
it
do.
reminds me
Thank
of
you so
Josh
much.
Turner a little bit. Just rich, deep tone. I wanted that chorus to just, like, hit. You did it at the end, but I wanted it at the top. What did I say last night? Da, 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 da. Something like, I wanted it to just rip a little bit more. Other than that, dude, like, I mean, really cool voice. Like, you have a vibe. How long you been writing for?
Well, I started singing when I was 16. I played music growing up, but it was like piano and teaching myself guitar. And then I think I always kind of wanted to sing, but I didn't really know that was even like an option for me until really it was my mom that encouraged me. She always knew that I could, so she offered to let me take singing lessons. Started taking singing lessons about 16, and started writing songs, like actual songs, shortly after. So probably about 17. I'm 23 now, so it's been about.
No, you're still
6
young.
years.
You're still young.
Nice.
And I wanted to say that right off the bat because I didn't want to forget the melody, but like definitely, really like you got such a cool voice, man. And
Thank
and
you
I
so
think
much.
I think you have some greatness in you. So yeah, I'm excited to hear some more songs from you. Like that, dude. That's where are you from, by the way?
I'm from Tallahassee, Florida, so Florida
Nice.
Panhandle.
Florida State fan.
No, I'm actually.
What?
I grew up as a Gator fan.
Oh my
and,
God!
And I went to the University of Florida, so I grew up in
Holy-
enemy territory.
Wow, that's crazy. Your family's actually Florida fans, or what?
Well, we're split down the middle. So,
Wow.
my dad's a Florida fan. I'm a Florida fan. My brother grew up a Florida fan. Went to Florida State. My sister transferred from Florida to Florida State.
Damn.
And it gets heated around Saturday after Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
My favorite show I've ever played was in Tallahassee, Florida, for Florida State. It was it was a kickoff. I think it was like the tailgate.
Block party, maybe?
Yeah, block
Block
party.
party.
I
Yeah,
remember
yeah.
when you played that, and
Yeah.
I was looking on your social media like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Dude, it was
So
insane.
sick.
I had
That's
like
cool.
I had my first ever encore there. Yeah, it was the best. So I love Florida State, man. I don't know about
Fun town.
Florida, but you know.
That's a real college town for sure.
Oh, it's a great college
Yeah.
town.
All right, Rotundo, what do you think?
Absolutely, you must take this as a compliment, so please do. Bro, the way that you like enunciate your words and stuff, like if Jessie Murph is like this generation's Rihanna, you remind me of like a country version of Brendan Urie. Do you know who that is?
I do know who that is. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Have you ever got that before?
Like one other time, and I was like, wow, I've never gotten that. So
Yeah, I think
this makes twice.
I think the way that you pronounce your words is really cool. Also, I feel like, let me just ask you: Do you feel like you could sing so much higher than you do in that song, or so much lower?
I mean, yeah, probably on both ends. I mean, like, yeah, obviously my voice is low. I know I have like I mean, I know I have the potential to go up really high too. I guess
Yeah.
I kind of I try and pull it out at the right times. You know, kind of like you were saying, Austin, about just like bringing it up at the right time.
Yeah.
To kind of make it hit harder in songs.
No, dude. So I sort of like battle the same thing, right? I have a deeper voice, but the thing that I would say is like you have a super fucking cool voice, like where you sing right there. But like with me, although I can sing up here, it's not the attractive part of my voice, right? For me personally, my voice sort of like thins out there. It's not a matter of like hitting the note if I can or I can't. It's just that my voice doesn't sound cool there. My voice sounds cool here, right? But with living there, I have to do things melody-wise that keep you interested, right? So like I would say, if anything, like in that chorus specifically, bro, just maybe like dig deeper on a melody or something, because like I can tell it clearly like you understand, you know, and I hear you play that, and I'm very curious to hear what your songs sound like in 2 years in a very good way, you know what I mean? So like play into that attractive part about your voice, but really dig into melodies, because that's the only way with voices like we have to keep that shit interesting. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Totally. And it takes artists years and years to actually find their voice where it truly sits and where it's most captivating with how they tell a story. Because once you find your voice, then the songwriting side really starts to come out, because you have to live within those lanes and you find where your verses are most compelling. Your pre-chorus gets to sit. When and if your chorus needs to lift, and if it does, is it actually serving the hook? And we were kind of whispering, like, what is it that he has that like that we haven't found quite yet? Does the capo need to come up? Does it need to go down? Whatever it is, dude, I encourage you to go explore that. And
it's
great
exploring.
job.
No,
Really,
it's exploring.
yeah.
And
I definitely will explore.
And I'll tell you this, like, just from a listener, and because I feel like the only thing I can do on the show is be totally honest and like tell you what I think. From the very top of the song, I literally looked at these guys and I was like, holy shit. Like, what a voice. What a voice. It was like unreal.
Thank you.
And then the second that chorus hit, I was lost. I was like, like the steam was just like lost a little bit. And so what I think we're all kind of saying, and I'm just going to be very direct, is like, definitely what Rotundo said, find those melodies that take you to the next level. You have the voice, you have the talent. Now let's bring it all together and get to that next level. And you're there, dude. You're 23 years old, and you have an incredible voice, incredible talent. So you have a lot to look forward to. Congratulations.
Keep riding, man.
Thank you guys.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Keep
Thank you
riding.
all.
Keep
Hell
going
yeah,
so
dude.
much. Yeah,
Thank you.
absolutely.
By the way, the feedback that we're giving you, like probably twice a week, we write songs that we would need to give ourselves that same feedback on to this day.
100%.
You know what I'm saying?
All the time.
So, do you co-write a lot?
As much as I can. I do a lot of solo writing, but I do co-write as much as I can too.
Did you
so.
solo write that song?
No, actually. I had originally solo written it, and then went back into the writing room with somebody. And
So,
we
like,
kinda-
in a room, what are you good at? Like, if I'm good with like titles and thinking through an idea, and I'm good at lyrics and vocal melodies, but I should never touch a guitar, right? Because although I can play guitar, I'm not creative on it, and there's a fucking vast difference there, right? So, like, what are you good at, and what are you not good at?
Well, I think my biggest strength is honestly melody, but rhythm of like phrasing of the words and stuff, like rhythm.
Cadencing.
Cadencing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, my advice to you would be, because I have to make sure my rooms are like this to this day all the time, is like, get people in rooms with you that are fucking great at what you suck at. Like, be the worst player on your team 24/7. Like maybe, like, if I'm good with melodies, well, maybe I don't need Heath to be like the strongest melody guy or something, but I'm gonna need his help making sure that what I'm trying to get out of my head is actually fucking cool and shit like that. But it's like, yeah, I feel like in a room, just dig for those melodies, dude, because here's the point in the matter, and they will all tell you the same thing. It's like, none of us need songs. None of us need to write more songs tomorrow that are just going to sit in our phone. So it's like, bro, you have a sick-ass voice. You have really cool titles and ideas. Like, get in the room with the right folks that are great at what you're not
that
at.
title. What did I say last night? One of the coolest titles I've seen. Yeah,
Really cool.
one of the
Thank you.
coolest
Thank
voices I've seen, and I'm the
Thanks,
hardest on the people I know that are going to be the best. So
Well, thank
keep it
you.
up. Give it up for Frank Carson, everybody.
Frank the
Go,
Tank.
Frank.
Thank you.
Frank the Tank. Frank the Tank. I've got a 7-year-old. I didn't know this was actually a thing, but the goodie bag thing feels very relevant.
Yeah. Are you stretching?
And did you know
Rotundo stretching.
if you throw a kid's birthday party, they all bring gifts for your kid because it's his birthday. But then my wife is putting together a gift bag for all of the kids that came. And I'm just like,
By the
beside my, it's so nice and it's awesome. And now I've been to enough birthdays where I'm like, oh, they all do it. But whoever started that shit is an idiot.
For sure.
Today's my kid's birthday. You bring the gifts, and we're gonna open it up and remember
And
what you got him.
we're gonna pay
bring the
for a
same
party.
shit to your kid's birthday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say
Sorry,
this,
the
though.
goodie
I will
bags
say
really
this.
just set me off.
I will say this. Shout out. I want to give a quick shout out to Brandis. I have a lot of friends you think are friends in town. You and her sent the sweetest gift when we had Jack. Thank you. I want
welcome,
to say
man.
thank you. A lot of people, like, it's the little things, you know, like this town, you know, you meet a lot of people. I appreciate you. I love you.
Love you,
and
man.
Brandis is the best.
Brandis
She
is
really
the
So,
best.
of course,
Yeah,
she gave a
she's-
lot of gifts to the kids. I mean, come
Yeah,
on.
she's salt of the earth.
She's
She,
like Mrs. Claus, probably, you know?
Well,
and you got to
know,
be Santa.
She, yeah, that's me. She, it's one of those things like kind of just to relate it to songwriting. Surround yourself with the best people you possibly can. I did that in the person I married. I married the best human being. She is so thoughtful and selfless and just always wants to take care of everyone else. So
No, it was
you know,
insane. I
the
was not
first thing-
expecting a gift. Like,
we came back from a trip together.
Yeah.
We were out playing a show and doing, debaucherous guy stuff. And then
Hell yeah.
she's like, "How's the trip?" I was like, "Well, we had so much fun. Austin's about to have a baby, so it
was a week before, yeah.
It was really great for him." She goes, "Can you text him for his address?" And all I do is text for the address, and then my wife sends these amazing care packages
Yeah, it
for
was insane.
what moms need.
yeah,
It's
it was
great.
insane.
Yeah.
It was insane.
With
Thank
that
you.
being said, I'm expecting big things for Christmas this year from you. I mean, no pressure.
Get the name out of the hat.
Sorry, I'm
and-
standing up because my back
And
hurts.
Hanukkah. Both.
Owen Widley.
Owen
Widley? Tell
Widley.
me.
I think it's
Owen.
Widley. I think it's Owen Widley. That's my guess.
Widely.
Owen
Widely
Widley, come on
regarded
up.
as Owen. Everybody give it up for Owen Widely.
Wow.
That was songwriter brain right
was.
there.
That
was
was.
songwriter brain.
Is it Widley or Widley?
Wadley.
Whoa.
Oh, curveball.
People say Wadley like there's an O in there somewhere.
Widley?
No. We said
Wade.
Wade.
Yeah, it's like,
W
Is
I.
it spelled wrong?
no, W-A-I.
Oh, okay, yeah, no. So
yeah,
it's
you
spelled
have it
wrong.
wrong.
We got an
Yeah,
I in
sorry.
here.
Okay.
Say your last name one
W-I-D.
more time.
Thank
Say your
God. I
last
thought
name.
we were idiots. Turns out.
Oh, I spelled it wrong. Shout out to Pickers Vodka. It's one of our sponsors on the podcast. Pickers Vodka is one of the coolest sponsors. They're all great, but one of the coolest things we got going. We got something called the A-list. If you crush on the show, you make the A-list. Pickers Vodka has started something with us, and anybody that makes the A-list gets to perform in front of the Big Machine A&R staff. So
That's awesome.
Pickers just got bought out by Big Machine Vodka.
Yep.
Okay, so Big Machine wants to be a part of music, wants to be a part of this podcast, and now we're doing a show at the Big Machine Distillery downtown. And if you make the A-list, you have a chance to perform in front of
Great.
Scott Borchetta, the whole A&R team. We're
great
doing a
team
show.
over there. Great
Yeah,
team
so,
over there.
we got some cool stuff. If you make the A-list, it means something. Also, $5 shots during the show. If you want some vodka, you don't need to take a shot of vodka. You can mix it with whatever you want. $5. So go get your Pickers
Take a
at the
shot.
bar.
Take
Thank you
a
to
shot.
Pickers Vodka.
Take a shot.
Frank.
Oh my gosh! If they could turn the camera around right now, we have hundreds of people at the bar ordering Pickers
Thousands.
vodka.
Honestly, there's a huge line to the bar to get Pickers Vodka right now. It's crazy.
Yep, $5 shots of Pickers vodka, and the line is out the door. Come and join us here at the Green Light.
And this song is called "Don't Let Me Be."
Yep.
Perfect, dude. Excited to hear it, man. Thanks for coming.
Excited to be here.
Give it up for Owen Wadley singing a song, Don't Let Me Be.
big man upstairs and I hadn't been on talking terms. It ain't that he don't speak to me, I just don't like the words. I ask for sun and I get rain while I'm working in the dirt. As you can see, it's hard for me to make this faith thing work. What's the purpose of you cursing me with a vice I cannot quit? Tell me what's the matter if I just take one more sip. Maybe that's just what I need to move on and forget. Praise I may have memory stays like the liquor on my breath. Oh my Lord, have mercy on a good old boy. Just don't let me be. I'm driving 9 to 5 right now with a bottle between my knees. I know that you see me. Oh, so I beg and plead. Just don't let me, just don't let me be. Just don't let me be. Well, I know what happens for a reason. That's just that. And perspective is a lie. Yeah, I know it for a fact. Tell it to me straight, oh God, are you gonna save my ass? Or will you leave me broken, bleeding just like in the past? Oh my Lord, have mercy on a good old boy. Just don't let me be. I'm driving 9 to 5 right now, with a bottle between my knees. I know that you see me, so I beg and plead. Oh, just don't let me, just don't let me be. Just don't let me be. Yeah, I know what happens for a reason. That's just that. And perspective is a lie. Yeah, I know it for a fact.
Bro, you might be a giant fucking star.
Yeah.
You might be.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That was awesome.
I think you're like grossly good.
Well, I appreciate that, dude. It's good to hear.
Bro, the first 2 lines of both verses, just what was the first
say
2
the
lines?
first line of the song.
Yeah.
The big man upstairs and I hadn't been on talking terms.
Yeah, that
So
was
good.
awesome.
Ain't that he? Yeah, so
Yeah, what's the second line though?
second one is
The one that pairs with that
yeah,
line.
yeah. Oh, big man upstairs and I hadn't been on talking terms. Ain't that he don't speak to me, I just don't like the word.
Bro, it's so good. Like
That's
I just want to let you know
that's
that like,
crazy good.
like guys that have been writing songs for like 20 years, like hope that that's what they say.
Oh, that one with Jay Cass. I don't know if you know him. Jay
Who
Cass. He's a good guy around here. Jay Cass. Yes, he's got
Jay
it.
Cass.
Jay Cash?
Jay Cass.
Cash.
Jay
Yeah,
Cass.
yeah. He's
I was going to say
talked
Jay
about the
Cash.
show, but
Richer
yeah,
than-
yeah, it's
Dude,
a
I
great
think
song. I
it's
appreciate
dude.
that.
I think that like you should just. Do you have music out?
Yeah, a couple 3 songs out. Yeah, I put them out about a year ago, so it's pretty dated stuff. But
Dude, I
I'm
think you
working
should.
to get some stuff out. Yeah,
Dude,
Just
you
re-
got the thing.
Yeah, you got
the
the
thing,
thing,
bro.
Where are you from?
Appreciate it.
Where are you from?
California. So good.
Yeah,
part?
man, you're
Orange
cool.
County.
Nice, dude.
I call this is like a new wave thing, and I didn't come up with this, but my buddies and I have been calling it coffee shop country.
Yeah,
And
it's like an alternative.
it's it's this. But I lived in LA for 5 years, and a lot of me learned how to write songs in LA before I ever got a true education in writing songs when I moved to Nashville. And what I hear in you is the things that used to really twist my ear when I lived in LA. It's like every line weighs 1,000,000 pounds, and it's just a little bit broken English in this way of just like, I understand what you're saying, and I've never heard anyone say it like that.
Yeah,
and that's
so
fucking
cool,
cool. And that, dude, when I lived in LA, that was like the most inspiring thing. I didn't even like love the music so much back then, as much as I just loved anyone that knew how to do that. And what you did is you've taken everything that I love as a consumer, sonically and lyrically. You just like, bro, that's how you do it. That's how you do it.
How old are you?
21, yeah.
Come on.
Damn. Okay.
22 July 1st, so we're almost there. I'll take it.
Are you on socials and stuff? Like, do you do this on TikTok every day? Like,
Just take my wallet. Dude, you're sick.
hey, do you like put yourself out there? Like, do you do this on like TikTok and stuff?
Yeah, I mean, I do a lot of TikTok and stuff.
Do you do it hard? Do you try hard at it?
Not as hard as I should.
Nah, bro, you should.
Yeah,
Because-
yeah.
Bro, let me just tell you, like, in music, you have to like create a perfect storm, right? You have to have the right songs, and they have to get to the right audience in like the right frame of time.
Yeah.
And who knows if that style is as big as it is right now in 5 years? Like, whereas I told Frank, like, Frank, I'm fucking excited to hear what you sound like in 2 years, right? Because I can see it, I can see it coming. For you, I think it's like right now, bro. Like, you should go record that. Like, go spend your last fucking dollars that you have, live in your van, whatever the fuck it is, dude. Go record those songs and put them out right now.
Pause. What don't you have and what do you need right now?
Yeah.
What's holding you back?
The mic.
I've got a good producer that I've worked with quite a bit. I'm just kind of I'm just working on some stuff right now. I'm just trying to.
What are you working on?
Trying to get out of some things. So that's
What are you trying to get out of?
So are you wrapped into a certain deal contractually? Okay, cool.
So 3 felonies, no big deal. We can work past that.
That's easy.
great.
Easy.
we're hopefully almost there. So.
Okay, cool. All right.
Okay, hold on.
I'll do some light vandalism.
I
if it
actually
helps.
need to say
Take
something.
over.
I need to say something. You're not going to say it. I'm going to say it. I've never spoken about this on this podcast. I've never spoken about this. There is a dark side to Nashville that nobody talks about.
Say it again.
There are people that prey on people that are coming up that see how talented you are when you're 16, 15 years old probably. I moved to town. I signed a management deal that was 22.5% of 8-10 years. And they were, and I'm telling you guys this just so you're very clear about what I'm saying. I was making a lot of money every single year. I have over 200 million streams on my music, and they got 22.5% of the master for 8 years, okay? That's a lot of money. Crazy. And I'm saying this because of what you just said. You don't have to say anything. There are a lot of bad people in this town that try to take from artists that are coming up. Yeah. If you're a new artist in town, do not ever sign a deal. Do not ever do anything unless you have an attorney. And by the way, I did have an attorney. He had Alzheimer's, and it was appointed by the person that wanted me to sign this deal. I'm just being straight up.
This part is really simple. This part is very simple. Attorney, no attorney. If you have a manager, someone who has come up to you and said, I want to manage you, and they're going to take 22.5% of your master, not 22% of, hey, everything we do for you, your shows, we're going to work really hard. We're going to build your social media. The money that's coming in, we're going to take 22% of that. But how you pay for your recordings, how you write your songs, that should solely be, you don't want a manager to fund those things. And if they do, you want them to pay themselves back.
Yeah.
And then after they've paid themselves back, you retain everything unless you've signed a record deal, because that's what a record deal is. Yeah. But a manager makes 22% of all the shit anyway, but they shouldn't, there's 300% to a song. They should not be earning on 22% of 100%, the 100% of the song that pays the most. And I'm not talking about pays the most by just a little bit. I'm saying pays the most 10 times. 10 times.
I'm gonna say this just because of what you just mentioned, and I've been waiting for the moment to talk about this, but I 100% signed a bad deal because I didn't know. I was new to town. I knew nobody. A company came in and wanted to help me out. They want to help you out. That's what it's all about. The reason I started the
Good for
show,
you.
the show, it's called Playlisted because I was playlisted. It changed my life forever. And I'm telling you guys, I swear to God, this show is a show because I got fucked over so bad. I never want that to happen again. And I'm telling you, you can come to me, bro. You can come to anybody that's on the show. I have all their contacts. I promise you. We will help you out. If you want to be, if you want help, we're here for you because I want nothing because I got screwed over,
Right.
big time, and I've never talked about it, and it sucks. But guess what? You're almost out of it. Deal with it. I remember counting down the months until I was done with that deal, and and it's okay. It happens. But let's not let that happen to anybody else, right?
Yeah.
So you are
the
about to
goal.
be a megastar. You're about to be out of that. And any advice for artists out there, just be careful. I know that you want help. I know that you want people to believe in you. And it's the coolest thing ever when somebody looks at your music and is like, man, I mess with that. Like I think you're a star. But like, you don't have to give them a percentage.
We've all learned the hard way, all of us, and in some fashion.
Best way to learn.
And
it really is the best way.
It is. It's just dog shit getting out of it. And when you got
learn
nothing
from
of
it.
nothing because of those people, it's really tough because you've got something and you haven't even been able to feel it because someone else is feeling it instead.
Yeah.
And dude, I hope you get
How
out of it.
many months do you have left?
I mean, we're pretty. I mean,
Hey, if you need it,
All right, off
yeah.
the record, I'll edit this out. Just tell me. Be on the lookout for Owen Wadley. He is about to be a megastar.
Appreciate it.
Starting very soon. Very
Thank
soon.
you.
Can
You got A-listed. Congratulations.
yeah,
You made
can we
A-list.
A-list him? Let's A-list him.
Let's go.
That thing.
hey Owen,
Yeah.
fucking blinders on, dude. Like fuck what anybody says. Your shit's great.
Owen,
Like,
keep
just do
ripping,
you.
dude.
Thank you.
Keep
y'all.
writing songs.
Appreciate
Keep
it.
ripping, man.
Appreciate you.
Hey, and text me. I got you. Like, off the record. We'll talk
Yeah.
about that later.
I feel
Same.
like this is, and I've never been an artist who signed a deal, but everyone I see like fall into it, it's like I hear be like, oh, like I'm moving to town and this guy's gonna like get me in the studio with this guy's drummer and this guy's producer and this guy's, and it all sounds amazing. Like, oh, I'm moving to Nashville and I'm getting connected, but like we all know those people. Like it's not, doesn't really make them special.
Can I tell you guys why this matters, especially coming from Dean? Dean is what we call in Nashville a hired gun. And he is one of the best musicians in town.
Oh, shucks.
He has played with so many massive artists, and he's done the Broadway thing. And why this matters so much when you're an artist and you get stuck in a raw-ass deal, you're not the only one getting bent over when it comes to hiring guys like Dean and the rest of your band because you start getting promised all these things. You announce these promises to your band, and all of this sounds great because
It sounds
whatever your
amazing.
deal is and the longevity of what you're hoping is going to be with that artist starts from those conversations because we're just dumb musicians. That's who we are.
Yeah.
And as long as we are that, we're going to be taken advantage until we educate ourselves or surround ourselves with people who have had to learn the hard way, ask all the right questions so that we can help you so that this doesn't happen to you and then it doesn't happen to Dean and it doesn't happen to the band. And the people that matter, like the true creatives, the artists, the players, the guys that are in it on the front line. I've spent so many fucking months of my life in a 15-passenger van running a goddamn band, hoping that we're making enough money so that when I come back from the road in 2 weeks, I can pay my rent and go write songs the next 2 weeks so that I'm also doing that.
And get wasted
And-
losers with the boys.
Yeah, and that, and have a life. And so all of these reasons, I just hope you guys are absorbing. Like, this is why these things are very important. And let's move on.
Matt Gillert, come on up here. Matt Gillert.
Matty, come on, Matt.
No, you're so right, man. And listen, I always want this to be a positive experience. Like if you're here watching, like it's all positive. And I've had so many blessings, and thank God for those people that believed in me, because if they didn't believe in me, I wouldn't be where I'm at today. But at the same time, it's like you kind of you get lost in this thing in Nashville where you really you want like people to believe in you, and you're willing to do whatever it takes to just like have people say yes to you.
Yeah, like some security or like
for
some validation.
For sure.
That,
and
it's
it's so hard because like you move to Nashville and you're like, man, I want to get a manager, and then I want to get a record deal, and I want to get a publishing deal, and I want to get like all these things, and like
here. Can you just real quick while he gets set up in just the shortest way possible? Can you tell us what your management? I know I've been talking everyone's ass off. Can you tell us what your experience with multiple managers along the way during your career? One that just felt like it was the most promising. You were the first true act on their roster, and feeling like you grew that brand as it originated, and then being let go from that management deal, and now watching that management company flourish. Just like speak to what you've learned over management over the years, and what not to do, what to trust, what to love, what to support, and what to understand as business and not take personally.
Yeah, dude. So my first management experience was amazing. It was with these dudes. Their names are Chief and Simon, and they own and operate the Core Entertainment. And first of all, they're both really good dudes. But secondly, they've both been doing it for so long at this point. I mean, like, Chief's a legend, Simon's a legend at this point, and like they're both just the goats.
Core is easily, we could say that's the biggest management company in country music right now.
It feels like it, right? To me, it feels 100%. Like it. Yeah. But man, I just remember getting a phone call from them one day, basically, and to us, all I knew at the time was like, oh, I'm getting a phone call from Chief, like, this is Florida Georgia Line's manager, you know, like, yeah, whatever you want, brother, I'm in. You know what I'm saying? But dude, you have no idea what you're doing. Like, very much still at the time, I had absolutely no idea what I was doing. So luckily, I walked into a situation where they were exactly what you hope to get out of management, you know? But also, like, I don't know how else to describe it other than no matter how many artists they have, like, they always made me feel like I was the best player on the varsity team. Nice. If that makes sense. You know? And, like, that was a good feeling. I really loved that. And knowing that I always had their experience to fall back on was really, really, really crucial. And they gave me the best advice I think that anyone's given me in music, and that is, if you need outside motivation, you're in the wrong fucking business. And that if anyone on your team is working harder than you, you're going to fail. Yeah. And that still rings true to this day. It's just an absolute fact. Shout out Chief and Simon.
100%.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you. Thanks for sharing.
I love that. I love that. Well, let's give it up for Matt Gillert singing a song, Someday.
Go, Matt.
We were a bunch of kids wasting gas, cruising down the street going NASCAR fast. Though we knew what we didn't know, had no clue how to take it slow. Living life like it had no end. Turns out that was all pretend. Wish someone would have told me then. 'Cause now, a couple thousand miles away, new home in a different state, makes you wanna go back in time, chase that feeling one more time. Chasing dreams left me all alone, missing all my boys back home. That's where my life likes to go. 'Cause I miss those days when we were young and free, just turning it up. Miss just rolling down the street in that old pickup truck. It's those days when we were living like the night never ran, till the sun came in the morning and we do it again. Now these days I'm just running, watching life pass me by, and all this thinking's got me missing all the last better time. I wanna use my phone to call my buddies and say, man, we gotta do it all again someday. Remember when we stayed up till the break of dawn, overlooking that Monksville pond. Mama said y'all better come home, it's way too late for no good to go on. Two kids just live and laugh, two brothers in quality time. Wish I could've just frozen time. 'Cause I miss those days when we were young and free, just turning it up. It's just rolling down the street in that old pickup truck. Miss those days when we were living like the night never ended, till the sun came in the morning and we do it again. Now these days I'm just running, watching life pass me by, and all this thinking's got me missing all the life's better times.
Makes me wanna use my phone to call my buddies and say, man, we gotta do it all again someday. And no, I wouldn't change a thing. I just wish I could go and do it again. 'Cause I miss those days when we were young and free, just turning it up. Just rolling down the street in that old pickup truck. Those days when we were living like the night never ran, till the sun came in the morning and we do it again. 'Cause now these days I'm just running, watching life pass me by, and all this thinking's got me missing a life's better times. Makes me wanna use my phone to call my buddies and say, man, we gotta do it all again someday. Man, we gotta do it all again someday.
Yes, sir. Hell yeah.
Matt Gillard, everybody.
Good job, Matt.
What do y'all think?
Nostalgia.
Matt, first of all, I love that it says lifelong ice hockey player, and in parentheses it says still to this day. Buddy, don't worry. We could tell you're built like a brick shit house.
Yeah.
All right. We had no doubts that it was still to this day.
Yeah, where are you from, man?
I'm from New Jersey.
Nice.
Hey.
Nice. How old are you?
26.
Okay.
Just turned 26.
Nice. How long you been singing for?
I mean, I guess technically since like childhood, but I didn't really start getting back into it until I stopped playing hockey full time in college.
How long you been in town for?
I'm not in town.
Oh.
I'm not in town.
You live in
he's
Jersey?
not. Okay.
What?
You live in Jersey?
Yeah, I'm still
Okay.
currently in Jersey. Yeah.
I grew up in Connecticut and I'm Italian, so it's like kind of the same.
I'm part Italian as well.
Why are you here at the moment?
Partly this, partly vacation. I wanted to see what the town was about.
Hell yeah.
Have you been to Nashville before?
No, this is my first time.
You here alone?
Oh, yeah. Are you solo tripping?
Now I am. My I was with my brother and a couple buddies. And
Okay.
Oh, I thought you were about to say you were with a girl.
Wouldn't be the
That
first
was
time a
center
national
home.
trip like that has ended that
We
way.
got in a fight after 2 drunk nights on Broadway. I sent her ass home.
Dude, I
It
literally
happens.
thought that's where it was going. We were on the same page.
Here's my next song called Center Home.
You mind if I take that?
Yeah, go for
It's
it.
all yours, buddy.
Real quick, we're going to need 22.5%.
Yeah.
Of your masters, if you just sign right here on the dotted
That's
line.
actually what I had all
Everyone
of you
does it.
sign. That's what I had all of you sign. I'm kidding. That's a horrible joke.
Oh my God, Dean.
Just kidding.
That's so fucked up.
Well, Matt,
I read. He's good.
Matt, that's awesome, man. That's great. What are you doing back in Jersey?
For work,
Yeah.
I'm a project manager for a construction.
Of course you fucking are.
Yeah, dude.
You sick puppy.
Don't need the gym membership.
No.
Nope.
You're
I
probably-
lift heavy things every day.
He does
Nice.
project managers, then he's on like sexy construction guy calendars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what he's on, dude.
Unbelievable.
I can see the calendar.
Haven't seen a guy like you on this show since we had Riley Green week 1.
Yeah.
I've been called the Walmart version of Morgan Wallen. Or
Nah,
Riley Green,
yeah.
so.
Oh, there you go. Don't let it go to your head, Matt. But
No.
you do have a bright future.
So, all right. So tell us a little bit more about you. Like, what's something that we all need to know about you?
Every song I'll ever write and play is something that either is me or someone I know. I mean,
Tell us about that
You're
last
telling
song.
the truth.
so that song, I was living in Pennsylvania for 2 years doing an engineering job and sitting in the basement of the place I was living, and I was just like, man, I miss being back home with the boys and just being nostalgic. And I was like, all right, and I banged it out in a night.
Hell yeah.
Do you ever co-write?
Not yet.
Probably difficult right there, right?
Well,
Yeah.
I don't have any connections in Nashville, so
No, dude, I
would
totally
love
get
to.
it.
I would love to, but I have not yet.
Bro, real quick, best piece of advice ever, because like I'm from a town in Ohio where nobody does music for real, you know what I mean? Like I was the first person where they were like, are you fucking sure about that, bud? You know what I mean? But Dude, if you do move to town, go to the bar every day for the first year that you live here. I know that sounds like insane advice, but it's legitimate advice. Like, you'll meet your squad and you'll meet like who you want to work with and who you work with well. I'm telling you, I know it sounds stupid, but all these guys would back me up on that.
100%.
Like, I would be curious to hear what your songs sound like after co-writing some too, dude, because it's like nobody's amazing at fucking everything, right? And I think you have to remember that when you're writing songs. Like, even when stuff feels super, super solid to you, there's always room for like another great mind to come in and really like lift up what you're already doing, you know? So,
Also, anyone who swears, lives and dies by writing 100% of their songs and actually makes it, those guys have done their 10,000 hours on their own, and they wrote one song that kind of broke them, and then they live and die by that for their career, and writing another one is really hard. So, listen, I love 100%ers. We have friends. We have one of our best friends in the whole world just won Song of the Year at the ACMs
Josh Phillips.
on a 100%er. But Josh co-writes every single day, and he's written over 1,000 songs with people or on his own to get to that 100%er. So not a bad song at all. This song is awesome. But I agree with Michael in the sense of, man, when you understand your role and how powerful a great idea is, when you share it with two other people that write songs for a living, dude,
it would change
it's
the game.
the difference.
Zoom right, by
It's
the way.
crazy.
You can Zoom right while you
Yeah.
still live back home and stuff. Like, bro, I don't care who these people are, like what they have or haven't written, like it doesn't matter. Like, you just need to like get in rooms and like start understanding what that is like to do it. You know?
Six other people played tonight. You
Yeah.
could meet them and say, hey,
For sure.
I'm down to write on Zoom. If you're down to write on Zoom, we should co-write sometime.
My big thing on this podcast is like, when you go to church, you feel uncomfortable and you're like, hey, shake the person next to you's hand, right? Let's do that.
That's good.
At church, they make you like, shake someone's hand. It's awkward.
Yeah.
We know what you're
Your
talking
dad
about.
was
Yeah.
a pastor. You know what I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
we didn't do that though.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. All right. Well,
He didn't
Or
like
Catholic,
that.
dude.
well, we did. So
Dean's Dan just said we're gonna pass the pot around.
yeah, at this
We're gonna collect
podcast,
22% from everybody.
get it right. Instead of shaking someone's hand, get it right. Set it up, make it right happen. 2 notes on that song. Slow down. You played it really fast. I think you can halftime that. I think it was. It just, I think it have more feel to it. It was a little fast, and it would allow you to breathe better if you slowed it down. I think it was just super fast and might be nerves. I totally understand that, but like, if you want advice, slow it down a little bit.
But the cadencing's cool. The cadencing is cool, but I agree with him.
Yeah, no, that's why I chose that song, because I did release that one and I wasn't super happy with the way it finally came out. So we're gonna.
Sometimes those are production moves too.
Absolutely.
Anytime you write a verse melody that is linear with a fast cadence like that, every lyric matters. Which in every song, every lyric matters, but especially in those moments because you're not giving the listener anything else to dance to in their brain. Really, it's almost conversational. So conversational that they're locking into everything that you're saying, but the music has to match the lyric, right? So if you're gonna be linear, the lines have to be as heavy as what you're telling them to feel with the music. Which, dude, I thought you did great. It's great. Yeah.
Are you liking Nashville so far?
I love it. I love the town. I called home and I'm like, boys, I might not have to.
Dude, I give this guy
I get
4
that.
weeks.
Yeah, hell yeah.
What do you drive?
F350.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's
yeah.
gonna pack.
Shit,
He
that's
finna
go.
pack that thing.
That's
and move
expensive
to
in
town.
Jersey, dude. God, you're paying what, $6 a gallon on that thing?
Actually, it's not that bad. It's
Okay.
it's only like 320 right now.
All right. Well, shout out to
cheers
Trump
to
for
you,
that.
man.
350, bro.
Great job.
What year?
Hey.
What year is the 350?
2011.
Okay.
There it is.
Because the new ones are army tanks. They're so big.
It's
Like
a big truck, man. Good
big
for
truck guy. I like it. I respect it.
Matt,
Hell yeah.
thank you so much for
Matt,
coming here.
thanks,
Welcome
brother.
to Nashville.
Big
nice
round
to
of
meet you,
applause for
brother.
Matt.
Absolutely.
Hey, last thing. I know he went to the bathroom, but thank you, Rotundo, for his service.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
hell yeah, dude.
We'll let him know.
And he's taking a piss, so thank you for his...
for his service.
Yeah.
Servicing
The toilet.
the toilet. My man, Ethan Anderson. Come on up here, bub. Austin, I'm gonna flip your playlisted podcast
that's messed up, dude.
onto you.
It's messed up.
And I'm going to ask you some questions.
All right.
You just released 2 songs, and you just had a baby. What are you excited about right now, outside of just being a family man? What have you been working on, and do you have more to come? What's going on?
So, thank you, man. I appreciate that. Golden West said it, and I resonate with them a lot because I've just kind of I've just been super grateful and content with where I'm at. You know what I mean? And not content. I was an athlete, so I always want to be the best. You know what I mean? But I've really, I think, shed an ego and trying to be somebody I'm not, and I don't really care what anybody thinks anymore. And this podcast has been the coolest thing, and everyone's I've had a lot of people that are like, man, that's so cool. You're giving artists a chance to be heard and everything. But what people don't understand is this podcast has given me so much, man. To see artists come up here and be inspired by them and remember why you moved to town, why you chose this life, why you gave up so much to chase this dream. It's you see artists that are just trying to figure it out, and they don't know what they're doing. And that was me, that was me, that was you, that was all of us.
We've all been
and
there.
I think I'm just super proud of this podcast and this show, and I'm excited to see what happens, because I think there's so many artists that are about to pop off because of it. And it's literally it's the coolest thing ever. I feel I am a dad, and he's talking about my music. I am a dad. I have 2 sons, but I feel these artists are kind of my kids too. Seeing them grow up, and one of our first regulars, Chase. He's now on tour with an artist, and he had nothing going on, and now he's got confidence, and he's touring the world and gets to see all these cool things, posting all these cool places he's at, and that's what it's all about, man. We all had people that helped us out, and I just want to be a vessel and help other artists that are trying to figure it out myself.
Love that, dude. I'm excited for Austin Burke 2.0 because, dude, I can see the growth. I can feel the growth. And, dude, I'm just so happy for you and excited to hear everything that you've been working on outside of this. But this has been really cool, and I appreciate you having me on again. Thank you.
Of course. You're one of my favorite people. All right. Well, we got a couple artists left. Thank you guys for hanging on with us. This is one of our longer episodes, but we're rolling. Give it up for Ethan Anderson singing his song, Borrowed Blue, Old and New.
Great title. Sick Ed Sheeran guitar.
Appreciate it, man.
High school sweetheart, 17. Senior year, prom king and queen. First taste of love, first time for everything. Since freshman year, all we talked about was how we'd find some land, build a house. We had baby names and a wedding date picked out. And now it's finally here, the day we always dreamed about. The bridal shower, the cake and flowers, her whole family came. The ring on her hand, then the first dance on a late fall Saturday. Her dress is something borrowed, and my heart is something blue. 'Cause I'm holding on to something old, and she's marrying somebody new. Cans on the back of that Chevrolet and take me right back to those days when we drank them on my tailgate in the moonlight. I always knew she'd leave the church in a truck. I just thought it'd be mine. The
The bridal shower, the cake and flowers, her daddy's giving her away. The ring on her hand, then the first dance. She's got a new last name. Her dress is something borrowed, and my heart is something blue. 'Cause I'm holding on to something old. She's marrying somebody new. Yeah. Marrying somebody new. Yeah. She said her vows, it's too late now, that she chose him over me. Nothing left to do but go find the booze and forever hold my peace. Bridal shower, cake and flowers, he's up there in my place. The ring on her hand, then the first dance. When they kiss, I have to look away. Yeah, her dress is something borrowed. My heart is something blue, 'cause I'm holding on to something old. Yeah, I wish that she'd held on to something old instead of marrying somebody new. Just marrying somebody new.
Ethan Anderson,
you, guys.
y'all. Can I take this?
100%, yeah.
Ethan, great job, dude. Great song.
Thanks, brother.
I feel like I kind of mentioned earlier how many songs we write throughout the year as songwriters, and you know, I think for the three of us up here, I'm writing over 200 songs a year. I know Rotundo's up there too. I know Austin's up there too, and of those 200 songs, my days are, you know, deciphering the best title that comes into the room and figuring out how to hook it best. And then once I figure that out, it's who am I trying to impress? Am I trying to impress Nashville and MusicRow, publishers, or am I trying to write a hit song? Because that's one of the dopest hooks I've heard in a long time. It's really well crafted, and it's thought out, and it's delivered perfectly.
Thank you, man.
I feel it. I see it. I understand the concept. Everything is very clear. And I, just because I've known you for a little bit, I know that where you are right now is trying to write songs to impress a publisher. So for that, congratulations, because I think that song is really, really well crafted. I think it's great, man. And really, I'm just using this platform right now to use that as an example so that everyone else can understand the difference between writing a great song that is going to move a room in Nashville that won't touch the space outside of town, and trying to bridge the gap between those two things on all of your other days of writing. Because that song is so sick, but we're never going to hear that song on the radio.
No.
Because the radio doesn't like shit like that.
Yeah,
they want us
people
to
don't-
deliver something that feels good on a silver platter.
I like to be sad, but most people don't. Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah.
Shit, man. I'm like everyone,
being
all
sad.
of my friends that I co-write with, I'm like the saddest guy. But, yeah, you are a lot sadder than I am. Yeah.
What's the story on that song, man?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I was so hoping you wouldn't ask that question, but I knew you would.
Wrong place, dude.
Buckle up.
I know, for real. I'm like, we're along for the ride. No, it's a true story. I had when I was 17, I fell in love for the first time and never fell out of it, and just have been ever since.
and she got married a couple years ago. They have a kid, like the whole thing.
Wow.
And watching that go down is like, yeah, I always, that "Marry Me" by Thomas Rhett is like one of my
That's
favorites.
where my mind went.
Yeah, so I literally went into the writing room. I wrote that with Zoe Willega, and I sat down and I was like, I want this to be like my "Marry Me" by Thomas Rhett. Like, I want to do that, and I told her, you know, what happened, and we ended up penning that out. But yeah, true story.
I can feel the truth in the lyric. I can feel the truth in your performance. I love it, man. I think it's a great song. For real.
Thanks,
Cheers.
Have you tried burning that girl's house down to
Yeah.
get her attention?
Sometimes that works.
Just something light. You know what I mean?
Unfortunately, in addition to arson, I would have to buy a flight and to go do that.
Oh,
So I
true.
think
That's not worth
that
it.
one's out for right now. Yeah.
Bro, if I had any like constructive criticism, I would just say, and dude, take it with a grain of salt because it's just a me thing.
Yeah.
Like there's certain words that I just feel like sound strange when they're sang.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
And like one of those things to me would be like the top of the chorus, bridal shower. Right?
Oh, interesting.
Totally get it. Like totally understand what you're trying to say, but maybe just like dig on like maybe another form of imagery
Or
right
it could
there
even,
for a second.
if it's just being at the top of the chorus, you could even switch it and you could just go like, the cake and flowers, the bridal shower.
Yeah.
That would fix it.
Yeah, Flip is great.
Yep. That fixed it.
Yeah,
You sound like
50%.
yeah.
or Cocktail Hour. From
yeah, that's
cocktail
true, too.
hour
Yeah.
to the cake and hour.
You sound like Lee Bryce when you get to the chorus, too.
Yeah, you
and
got
I
it.
love Lee
Sick.
Bryce.
That's
so
a great
high-
compliment, man.
that's-
Thank you.
No, I mean, you feel the pain. You feel the. I mean, that's my favorite part of Nashville is just like hearing stories, and I feel like the honesty. You know what I mean? Yeah. You were honest with us tonight, and I appreciate that.
Straight up.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Thank
bro.
you. Thank you for being honest with us.
Appreciate it.
A lot of
Ethan
people.
Anderson.
Hey, is that song out?
No. Mm-mm.
It's not out.
No.
Dirty dog.
When it comes out, it's A-listed, baby. Come on.
Oh, dude.
A-list
Flip those lyrics. I agree with you. Flip those lyrics. Cake and shower, bridal. It was the pain. I love the pain.
Thank
I love
you,
the
brother. I
pain.
appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Attaboy, Ethan.
Let's
Cool.
go.
Thank
All
you.
right.
Great job,
buddy.
dude. Good to see you, dog.
Mickey Zip, come on up here.
Mickey Zip. What a name.
Give it up for Mickey Zip singing her song Sweethearts of the Dive Bar.
Those worn out stools are calling our names. It's Tuesday night, but we're there anyway. When life's been giving more limes than lemons, we'll put them in tequila at this little piece of heaven. A bouncer don't need our IDs, got a drink waiting on me from the same man at the same corner. Likes to flirt, but he's a little older. My best friends and I won't miss an evening with some honky-tonk bliss. Run pool tables all night long, throwing them back to the crack of dawn. Closest they'll ever get to a star with a sweetheart of the dive bar. The regulars flash us a smile. Keep the jukebox going for a while. They raise their beer to both Cephas and Willie at the smoky spot down on Old Hickory. They're buying us another round. God, I'll never leave this town. In a hole in the wall, Hall of Fame. That's where we'll hang. My best friend and I won't miss an evening with some honky-tonk bliss. Run pool tables all night long, throwing them back to the crack of dawn. The closest they'll ever get to a star with the sweethearts of the dive bar. Yeah. Bring a little sweet to a whiskey sour. Never really matters what the hour. Just two girls causing a scene, living out the American dream. My best friend and I won't miss an evening with some honky-tonk bliss. Run pool tables all night long, throwing them back to the crack of dawn. Closest they'll ever get to a star
Mickey Zip, everybody. Mickey, where do you get a voice like that from Syracuse?
Well, I moved here 12 years ago.
Okay.
I went to high school here. So I moved here at 13. So
Oh,
I did
yeah.
a lot
You've
of
been here
growing
for a
up
minute.
here.
Yeah.
And then I went out to college in LA, but still visited home quite a bit.
Where'd you go to college out there?
I went to AMDA. It's a performing arts conservatory out there.
Cool.
So,
Who are some of your influences?
I love, like, in country music scene right now, definitely Ashley McBride, Lainey Wilson. I have bell bottoms on. I'm sorry. But, yeah, I love both of them. But, I mean, I love a lot of classic stuff. A lot of classic Southern rock. I love Skinner, Marshall Tucker Band, but also big Janis Joplin girl.
I'm hearing a lot of
big
that.
Stevie Nicks gal.
I can tell.
Yeah,
So
I'm hearing a lot of the Southern thing.
yeah, I think my biggest advice, and again, I'm the hardest on the people I like the most. You have such a unique voice. You have to be careful on your tone and your pitch because it's so unique and so awesome, but you got to stay in you got to like kind of I don't even know the right words, but like you got to hone it in a little bit. I loved your verses. I think the chorus is like, I don't know. I loved when you went up. I loved when you went up on it. So my advice is like, keep that tone, but like really, I don't know. Do you guys have any, like, you know what I'm trying to say?
I think it kind of goes back to what we were talking to a few of the other artists about, finding your voice and like understanding, you know, I use a capo because I'm not great at guitar, but also because it is the best tool to figure out where your voice best sits over the chords and over the songs that you're
Let's
trying
do
to
this.
sing.
Let's do a test. You have one of the, and I'm saying this because you have one of the coolest voices I've ever heard on the show. And I swear, it is like one of the coolest voices.
Yes.
What is your favorite Lainey Wilson song?
Wildflowers, Wild Horses.
Do you know how to play it?
Yeah.
Can you play that for us really quick?
In the middle of the night.
Okay, go a key higher. Go a key higher.
Oh, you sure?
A whole, that's a half step. Whole step. Do it. Do it. I know it's uncomfortable.
In the middle of the night, I hear a cornfield coyote cry. Up at the moon, no matter what sky I'm laying under. In the eye of a hurricane.
There it is.
Like I won't put in the grave. I dig my boots into the dirt and face your holy thunder. Our 5 generations of blazing a trail through barbed wire valleys and overgrown dale. I'm barefoot, bareback, and born tough as nails. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Our 4 fists are reckless and well for the jam. I push like a daisy through old sidewalk grass. Am I kind of crazy, still running its course? She's wildflowers and wild horses.
There it is.
All right, cool.
That is impressive.
How did it
Very
make
impressive.
you feel?
I like it better in the whole stuff down. It's more comfy,
Yeah.
you know, but just because I played that one with the band a lot, maybe.
John Mayer, they ask him, like, what song do you feel like you still have to write? And he says, I would love to write a fucking hit song that I could sing at a radio station at 4 in the morning. Right?
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
like,
Of course.
sometimes shit's going to be uncomfortable, but your voice is so cool.
I feel like, so just to be able to like take away the lesson would be where you're sitting there, even if it's your maximum, if you were working on that being your norm and finding that comfort zone there, sure, you could have a half step up to just, you know, come and go as you please, depending on how you're feeling that day. But what he's encouraging you to do is to push the envelope of your voice because of where your tone sits. It's in this like really incredible and very like rare like space that if you're not in that exact space, everyone is wishing that that's where you were. Or if you're existing there purely, everyone gets to enjoy the actual pure form of where your vocal is supposed to be sitting.
Yeah,
so
you hit a couple notes in your first song that were like, I was like, okay, where is that? And then I know that was uncomfortable, and I did that for a reason. I know you're like, oh, why did I just do that? I did that for a reason. No, but listen to me.
There you go.
100%. I did that for a reason because there's something in your voice when you hit the vibrato on the top notes. If you can work on that and like hit it, there were certain moments where you're like, oh my God, listen, you can be a good singer. There's so many good singers. Everybody moves to Nashville. They're the best where they're from. I say this every single show. They're the best at where they're from. If you want to be great, you have to push it. And you have a great voice in you, and you have to push it. I know you're scared.
Yeah.
You got it. You just did it. So
what's crazy about this is when you figure it out, when you find that thing, you're going to start writing songs there. And everything comes out differently because you start your verses in a different place. And that gives you just enough space to give you that thing, that magical moment, that dynamic in the chorus that grabs people.
And just so
you're
you know,
not fighting with it, because I one lesson that I've had to learn, and I'm still learning every single time I go into a room to co-write with a female artist, is that my voice, where I sit comfortably as a co-writer, as a male, is so significantly different than where the average female vocal wants to be, that I'm, before, when I felt like I was steering the right, I was writing the verse where I felt comfortable. And then we'd get to the chorus, and we're like, oh, shit, verse is too low for her, and the chorus is way too high, or vice versa. And you're like, well, damn, we wrote all these great lyrics, we got all these great melodies, and it's not for your voice. I messed up in my role in this room. And I think that's why it's super important for you to know where you live and what best suits your vocals, so that when you do co-write and you're chasing something that you care about, those dynamics are all landing every single time.
Yeah, and I'm telling you right now, like, even at that key, I know you were uncomfortable. You can go a half step higher. Like, you were holding back. Yeah. You don't realize this, but you were. I know you were holding back.
What's very interesting, too, and because I love hearing this, is because in the last year, when I came to town when I was really young, and I used to bring my little Bose speaker and be like, can I play in the corner of your coffee shop? I would sing a lot of Kelsey Ballerini, very pop country stuff, because I just felt like I was very that was me, very girl next door type of girl. My voice has changed quite a bit after going to college and doing all that stuff.
It's gonna keep changing.
Now I found this southern rock alt country place where I feel like I land. Yeah. So it's fun to hear that the envelope can be pushed.
It can be pushed, and you are.
I'm maybe going in the right direction. But
you are heading in the right direction.
Going.
No, you are 100%. And I'm saying this because I'm encouraging you, because I can see Mickey Zip is wanting. You're wanting it, but you're not you just have to get it. You have to go and get it, and you got to believe in yourself first.
Totally.
And I think it's a lot of hey, I've heard all these females before me kind of not push the envelope, and I'm going to do what they're going to do, but you got to push the envelope. You got to be Mickey Zip. You got a great name, by the way.
Yeah. Sick.
Great name.
How old are you again, by the way?
Yeah, how old are you?
25.
All right.
25?
You got this. Just
I'm so old.
keep pushing it. You're not
You're very young. You have so much time to figure it all out.
Keep pushing the envelope. Keep testing I'm so glad that you were on the show tonight, because I feel like you are going to take something that's going to go with you for the rest of your career, and you need to push the envelope. Do not hold back. You have an incredible voice. You got it.
Push that envelope.
Give it up for Mickey Zip,
Mickey
everybody.
Zip, y'all. Come on.
Come on.
Let's go.
That was awesome. We're running low on time, but I got a very important question that I like to ask a lot of people. Who's the most famous person in your phone?
Kid Rock, probably.
Damn, that's dope.
Bobby Rock. I think
Bobby Rock.
I got Bobby Rock too.
That's a sick one.
From you, probably, in a group chat.
Oh, wait, I have a second choice. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, you go.
I want to go weird. Let's see here.
We know you got Bailey Zimmerman. Know you got Nate Smith. We know you got.
Let's see here. Dr. Oz would be a weird one.
That's a weird one.
But I've got Dr. Oz's number.
Yo.
Is he your doctor?
Do you hit him up for like random things?
Technically, he might be my family's primary
I
care
love
physician.
that. That's crazy.
Which is hilarious. But yeah, I love Dr. Oz. He's the man. But let's see here. Jimmy Butler, the NBA player. I've got Jimmy's number. I was on his Netflix show.
We had Fillmore last week, and he told me to ask you about this show that you guys were on.
Me and Jacob Hackworth and our buddy Sam Sheldon went down to Miami and wrote a song with Jimmy Butler. Jimmy is just, he's like an incredible professional basketball player, but also a huge country music fan. So we went down to his place and wrote a song with him. And
does he have a cool place in Miami?
Yeah, the house was awesome. I don't know if I'm sure he still has it. He just got traded to Golden State this year. But yeah.
A lot bigger taxes, huh? A lot bigger taxes?
Sick house, Miami Beach, South Beach. And DJ Khaled lived across. So he's got his backyard and then a boat dock. And
That'd be the worst neighbor ever.
About 45 yards of water on the inlet there. And then DJ Khaled right there. So... I mean, every 10 minutes we just kept going, another one.
I mean, how could you not?
Just because we wanted him to come over.
Who's your deep cut?
Maybe like the most random friendship ever of my entire life. Do you know Ryan Sheckler?
Yeah.
Dude, I was just with Sheckler.
What?
2 hours ago, before I came here, I was talking to Sheckler at
Is he here?
Folds of Honor. Text him. We're going to the after party right now.
Right now?
Yes, text him.
Bro, I'm about to lose my shit.
Prove it.
Yeah.
This is messed up, man. I got to
it.
go home to 2 little sleeping kids and my wife, and you guys get to go hang out with Ryan Sheckler.
You guys gonna skate?
This is messed up. Yeah, where's the half pipe at?
This is great. I was telling Sheck to make sure he stretches because we're not as young as we once were.
That's crazy.
Bro, back in the day, I had the flow because of Sheckler. I mean, my hair was ripping.
Sheckler had
was
everything
sick.
we wanted to have.
Bro, I got to meet, like, because the reason that friendship came about was Ryan was starting a clothing brand, like, right when COVID hit. I don't ever think that he actually ended up launching it because of COVID, you know? Wow. But so they were looking to meet people in Nashville to just, like, be a part of the brand, if you will. And I remember we had dinner with him, and we walked in, and he was like, oh, like, such a huge fan of you guys. I was like, first of all, you can shut your mouth, because I'm absolutely nobody. But I'm a huge fan of you, bro. And then he was like, this is my mom, and like introduced us to her mom. And I was like, I remember you.
I remember your
Dude,
mom
if you,
from the show.
I'll tell you this right now. I'll tell you this right now. Not to put you on the spot. If you guys call Ryan Sheckler right now and say, where are we going after this? I will go hang out with y'all. Do it right now on the podcast. I will go hang out.
For those who don't know, he was like Justin Bieber on a skateboard.
I'm the biggest fan of Ryan Sheckler.
I just shot him a text, but I feel like there's just like certain people, like just because I have their phone number doesn't mean we FaceTime all the time.
So, oh, yeah. I don't know. When you asked me this on the last one, I can't remember who I said. But one person that I drunkenly FaceTime way too often, so to your point, I should not be doing this any longer, is Johnny Manziel. I FaceTime Johnny Manziel once a month when I'm drunk. I'm talking football with somebody, and I'm like,
Johnny football.
I got to call Johnny right now. He's going to tell you right now the Texas Longhorns are weak. Like, whatever I'm in, I just like can't wait for Johnny to not pick up at 2:30 in the morning Central Time.
Oh, my God. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. I appreciate it. My name is Austin Burke, Heath Warren, Rotundo, Dean Purificato. This is the Playlisted Podcast. Thank y'all for hanging out with us. Let's go.
Good night.